What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for coming by and stopping by for another video. Basically, I banged my head last week and I didn't really want to make any live streams or anything on the weekend. My head was just hurting a little bit too much, and therefore I'm going to be back. A little bit of a new setup, a little bit of a new layout on the stream. As you can see, I'm flipped, so all the text and everything is just correct. But for today's video, I was told that I need to look at ONEUS. Tell me in the comments below how to pronounce the name with lit. I don't know why, but there has been multiple people who told me to look at this group, and today we're going to have a quick peek into their video. Like always, if you got any recommendations of what video you want me to review next, then put it in the comments below. That's the best way for me to find out what you want me to review. And of course, I'm here just giving my professional opinion on the video. I'm not saying I can do things better. I'm not saying that I am a know-all. All I'm doing is observing what I see on the screen and see how they filmed certain situations in K-pop videos. That's what I really like doing, and that's also the best way for me to learn. And also what I like is that a lot of you guys enjoy it as well, and you also learn something, which is very important. So I would say let's not waste any more time and let's jump right into ONEUS with lit. Like always, before I start the video, I have not seen the video yet. I'm only just listening to your recommendations. I want to be as surprised as possible. And guys, if I stop the video a little bit too many times, that's just how it is. I need to analyze things, and I want to go back and forth a little bit and maybe pick up things to maybe display to you guys how things are done. I think this is the best way of learning, and it's also a little bit of an educational video. I just don't want to go, wow, oh my god, this is fantastic. This is not my style. And let's start the video. Okay, I just want to, before the song even started, I really enjoy this setup. You can see it's in the studio, but I love the colors and the temperatures. But what I think is really smart here is that you see a bit of green here. It's like there are reflections of something natural outside, the forest or garden or something like that. It's a very nice way of picking the correct colors, at least from the color palette point of view, that if you're outside, what are the colors that you see? And most likely it's going to be red, a little bit of orange, but most importantly also some green. Very interesting. I mean, you can see that this element here and this element here is, if I do it my way, this will most likely be real studio elements. So these things you can touch, while this is all just going to be green screen, because hey, it just looks a little bit too artificial. To get stars looking like this is really tough in videography and photography. With time lapse and setting your shutter very long, you can achieve these kind of photos, but it's a little bit tougher in videography. I really like in K-pop videos actually one thing. I love the idea of them wearing silk or this shiny material. It's very noble, it's very rich, and it just looks really good as well. It just adds a bit more oomph to the video. You know, it reflects light better, and it's not just a stale t-shirt. For example, what I'm wearing now, it doesn't look as good even with lighting, but these kind of materials look good because they reflect very nicely. Gives a very nice contrast to the elements what they're wearing. Wait, what? 1 the K. Why does it say 1 the K here? Can someone explain this to me? I was just looking if the group was called 12K, but nope. Someone put it in the comments below. I'm curious to what the resemblance here is. Ooh. Okay. One thing I want to pay attention to is the color temperatures that they're playing here. I mean, first we have something that's a little bit warmer. So here we got very warm orange temperatures. And then it jumps into a little bit more of a colder temperature. Quite neutral, I must say. Very white. But then it goes very blue. But what I like about it, it's very subtle and it's not that aggressive. AKA, it's very easy on the eyes. It's very nice as well. And it's a very nice change. Very nice what they did here. I've seen this, I don't know 100% if they did it. Let me, okay, so I don't know if you guys can pick it up, but you see this smoke effect, so this powder effect here, you can see that it appears even before him touching the hand here. I mean, what you can do as a practical effect is to put powder on the boot, so when it kicks up, you know, it releases the powder, and it looks super cool as well. But here you can see they added it in post. I'm gonna say it looks cool, makes it look more impactful. But it would have been cool as well if there was already, for example, powder on the floor a little bit that he kicks up. Maybe for next video. I love the colors generally in this video. I mean, The colors on his jacket, the color on his jacket, and the clothes they're wearing really fits with the colors that you see in the background. They're really matching. But because of the bokeh, so the blurriness in the background, it picks it up very nicely. Well done here. Very simple cut so far. Very simple camera angles. I mean, in all honesty, you know, these kind of beauty shots always look good. The only thing what I do notice here, which is a little bit weird, is this is why I don't like that softening on the face. If you look closely here, look how sharp his eye is here, and look how sharp his eye is here. It looks very blurry. It's because over his entire face, there is this effect. And the reason why I can tell you that they're using this effect is because bokeh, it only works like this. If there is one part that's going to be sharp, the rest is going to be unsharp. That's how it works. But it has to be at that focal length. However, here you can see that this is sharp and his ear is sharp. And there are two different lengths. They're two different focal lengths away. So a little bit sloppy job here, especially his eye. It's a shame because his eye loses all the detail. It's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know how they filmed this, if they added this in post or so, or them not even being together, but normally what this is basically him being in a harness. He's being pulled upwards while also being pulled to the side here. I mean, it's cool anyway. It's good. I mean, for a music video, it's really still impressive how much effects they try to add into any type of video. Trying to make it look very much like Hollywood, trying to make it very cinematic. Okay, I want to pause here a little bit. What I really like about the camera movements here and the cutting, it really just plays a little bit with that bouncy beat, this doo-doo, doo-doo, doo. You know, it keeps bouncing around, and I like that. It's bouncing around the members. It seems as if they found their way of editing on the music, which is really nice. And I like how they utilize the music as a pattern to editing. It really fits the flow of the music, really clean. And the shots itself are very... You can just enjoy them. Wait, what? What's he sitting on here? Oh, that's a boat. I mean, like I say, this is just so cool. No, I mean, this is just art by itself. Someone must have set this up. They did. They put a boat there. Yeah, it's not an ocean, but hey, I think this is so much cooler than a real-life location. This is artistic for me. I just love the camera angles here. I mean, even here, this is something really simple that anyone can do, but you're just following the ripple effect, you know, between all the members. Super cool, super simple, and I think anyone can pick this up. That's why I love using these type of videos as a reference point on how things are shot. Like, you can really learn from them, which I think is just very important for any type of video. Really cool. Very nice cutting as well here. Really nice. Like I say, not only is the music part of the way they cut, which is important anyway, that's how I do most of my editing as well. I always try to first listen to the music and then start editing. But here it's just nice to see that the choreography is also very bouncy by itself. It's very up and down with the hand movements. It's creative, and it also fits the song. You know, I don't know why, but I didn't see too many videos or choreographies that fit the songs 100%, but I think these are one of those choreographies that I really think that fit the music, the editing, the videography, and it just fits really well. It's very matching. One sec, I want to check something. So he's... Wait, where are we? As cool as this looks, he's in a harness and something is holding him up. I cannot imagine that he's literally standing on this rope unbalanced like this. I mean, it looks really cool. I'm really I really think they did a good job, you know, with hiding the strings and everything, holding him up. But yeah, that's how it's done. It's just a harness, and you can see that in this particular room, in this particular shot, it seems like they tried to have as many harness shots as possible while they had the equipment. In most cases, companies like this rent the equipment because it's much cheaper than buying, and hey, they did as much as possible with it. Really nice. Really good editing here. I mean, I want to pause now a little bit, but from an editing point of view and a videography point of view, I think they did a fantastic job. You know, it's very simple what they conducted here. It's nothing too complicated. But I always say this myself: if you have a lot of cameras and you want to get a lot of shots, get as many as possible, because you can use them basically to play around from different angles as much as possible. Very important. This is how I like to shoot as well. And maybe that's the reason why I like the way this video is conducted so far, because it's the way I would edit it. It's the way how I would have shot it. And it just looks really clean. And so far it also seems that ONEUS is having a good time in the video. They're really taking this video serious. Like, do you guys feel the same? Put it in the comments below. I think they did a fantastic job here in trying to follow not only the song itself, but also the video work, which is nice. I'm gonna pause here for a second. I love fade outs in music, in video work. I think it's always so nice to just go from super loud to cling, and you know, and then it just fades away, and then you have a moment to realize what's happening. Really nice. You see, it gives you time to prepare for what's coming next. I've not seen the video yet, but this is super cool. You know, it's like, okay, take a deep breath. You have time to take a break. You know, it's like a small commercial break, just without commercials. And then, boom, action. I can imagine it's going to be, yeah, super nice. Really nice. It's not as explosive as I thought it was going to be, because they had a very nice fade out, but it's still really good. Oh, there we go. Now we're going a little bit more crazy. And an ending shot in the place where we started. I think this is also a very interesting way of finishing videos. I always think it's nice to connect the first shot with the last shot, if it's even possible, and here they just did a fantastic job on that as well. Can someone just explain to me what 1 VK is? I could Google it, but I think you guys know it better, and I want to trust you guys as well. So guys, that is ONEUS and Lit, and all I can say is that this video is just very nice to look at. It's a very simply edited video, a very simply cut video. I don't see any difficult equipment here, if I can say so. There are no cranes. I can see a few gimbal shots, a lot of tilting, a lot of back and forth, but nothing where you need a lot of budget for. As I already mentioned, you know, cameras are getting cheaper these days, gimbals are getting cheaper these days. Anyone can pull this off. Of course, if you want to go to a studio and buy all the props, rent the props, whatever you want to do in the studio, that's going to be more costly, but you can really see the budget here went into the studio. It looks fantastic, and they did a fantastic job as well in trying to make it so as if they shot in real life locations. It just looks really clean, and I like that about this video. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of studio when it's 100% studio, but here they did a very good job with it and trying to make it look as real as possible, and that's really nice as well. When it comes to the camera work and when it comes to the color grading, I still think they did a good job here as well, and I cannot hide the fact that I enjoyed what I saw. Normally I'm very picky when it comes to color grading, that I think that everything should be either be a warm color or a cold color, but here they had a very nice middle tone as well. So it went warm to white to very blue, and it just didn't jump around from blue, warm, blue, warm. it was very nice what they did here. If I do have to complain about one thing that I really just despise, it is literally that face softening what they add in post. It doesn't add anything, and also you can see that it just ruined his face. You can see that his eye was just way too soft. It lost all the detail, and you know, don't do this. You know, I think people have an entity. I think people have an importance. Don't play with their looks. You know, they're born with it, but just don't make it look worse than what it is. It's better to have it nice and sharp and maybe show a pimple than having an eye that is completely blurred away. I think this doesn't look good at all. But now the big question is, what did you think of ONEUS and Lit? Is this a video that you would use as a reference point for your editing work in the future? Is the song itself or the video itself also really fun to watch? For me it is, and I really enjoy watching these types of videos. As I say, for me it's not only just about pure fun, but it's also a little bit educational. For me, it's always a way of learning, how do I get different shots in different scenarios? And this is a very good example for that. But thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I hope you did enjoy the video. And if you did, please make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribed, and of course, make sure to check all the links down below, from Discord to my Patreon, if you do want to support the channel. Like always, I'm always open to new ideas, and I really look forward to, speak to you on Discord or any of the other social medias. So, see you guys on the next video, and thank you very much for also suggesting this video. It was a very good suggestion.